You want to support Roland Martin Unfiltered? Be sure to join our Bring the Funk fan club. Every dollar that you give to us supports our daily digital show. There's only one daily digital show out here that keeps it black and keep it real. As Roland Martin Unfiltered. Support the Roland Martin Unfiltered daily digital show by going to RolandMartinUnfiltered.com. You can make this possible. Let's go to Rochester, where the Rochester Police Accountability Board released a video showing an officer violently throwing a mother to the ground and pushing her 3-year-old after a store accused the mother of theft. The incident comes just 2 weeks after two of the same Rochester officers were seen on a camera attacking, handcuffing, and pepper spraying a 9-year-old girl. Watch this show. Now, folks, during a news conference, members of the Rochester Police Accountability Board said the video showed unacceptable conduct by the officers. No kidding, Ben.
Yeah, that's difficult to watch on so many levels, not only because of how the sister was treated, but also the fact that the child was there watching it. And it's just time and again, Roland, we see these videos and it creates a new trauma in us. It's a catalog of traumas that Black people we have to live with every single day because this is nothing new. And if there's going to be any justice, we have to wait and see. Because so many times with these incidents, they're always finding a way to protect the police officers despite the trauma that they are causing Black people in real time.
Kelly?
I couldn't agree more. As far as justice is concerned in this case, hopefully it is swift, because my understanding is that 2 of the officers involved in this incident were also involved in the incident regarding the 9-year-old who was pepper sprayed. And the same police department is under investigation regarding harassment of a 10-year-old from last year. So there's a litany of issues with this police department. And like I've said on your show before, I feel like these officers know that they have a racial bias. You have to, because it is clear. And if you do not know, if you do not have the wherewithal to suppress your racial bias in any job, you should not be in a client-facing job such as a police officer. These officers knew what they were doing. And they also knew that if that person were white and she were holding a white child, this would not be happening. And it is disgusting to me that still in 2021, during George Floyd's murderer's case is happening right now. All of these things that should be persuading people to do the right thing. It feels like there's an uptick in the stupidity of these officers. I'm not saying every officer is stupid. I'm not saying that I'm anti-police, but what I am saying is that I'm anti-racism. I'm anti-stupidity. And what these officers did was stupid, and it was completely against any protocol that any police department has when it comes to apprehending people. They're wrong. They should be in prison. And that's just the final say I have on that.
Mustafa?
Well, they shouldn't have been on the street. I mean, they just recently had the other case that Kelly talked about. And besides that, the police officer searched her, didn't find a thing. Didn't find a thing, and still continued on with this set of behavior. So that in itself is wrong. A child is there. A child could very easily, a gun could have went off because you slamming people on the ground, you falling on the ground, all kinds of situations could play out. Is it really necessary for you to engage in this type of behavior? Especially when the person doesn't have a weapon, the person hasn't done anything with a violent background, and it's a woman. So as a man, are you telling me that you can't hold somebody or do something else until another female officer comes and then you can continue down? So there's all these different dynamics that are going on. And there's also reporting where one of the officers said, well, make sure the other car is pulled forward so that folks can't videotape what's going on. So why are you worried about people videotaping if you haven't done something that was wrong? So that's one of the reasons why these folks, there are good police officers, and we should support good police officers. But when we have repeated folks who continue to break their own sets of laws, then that sends a message very clearly that they don't want that job. So they should not be in that job.
Ben?
Yeah, Roland, this it's hard to watch, and it's difficult to watch. And you have to cover this. We cover this kind of stuff every single day, and it drives a rage in us that is justified, right? We are justified in our anger towards the police system, this police state, because they have been unleashed on the Black community, and they don't give a damn. They don't give a damn about the George Floyd trial, the trial of Derek Chauvin that's happening right now. They are acting out. Like Kelly said, they are acting out above and beyond. They're going above and beyond. And to do this to a woman with a child, to do this to any human being, this is part and parcel of why we have to confront the police state in this country. A lot of folks don't like to say defund the police, but the people on the street are saying abolish the police, because this is what happens every single day in this country, and they expect us to just keep taking it on the chin. And I don't know how much longer people can.
And may I add just one more thing? This is the reason why the bill that passed in the House regarding George Floyd is so important, because one of the main components of that bill is a registry for incidents such as this to be recorded, so that if something were to happen in another jurisdiction, they cannot get a job in another jurisdiction. So these officers, should this bill go in, like let's just say this bill was in place right now, these officers would be registered and would be logged into that registry, and they would not be able to get another job. And that's the kind of legislation and policy that we need to perpetuate into this country, because stuff like this can't be happening. So you can be defund the police or not, but registries such as that, policies such as what's in that bill, those need to be implemented ASAP, so stuff like this can never happen again.
All right, folks, back to our Roland Martin Unfiltered video in just one moment.
It's time to be smart. When we control our institutions, we win. This is the most important news show on television of any racial background. Y'all put $2, $3, $4, $5, $10, $15, $20, $30 on this and keep this going. What you've done, Roland, since this crisis came out in full bloom. Anybody watching this, tell your friends. Go back and look at the last 2 weeks, especially of Roland Martin Unfiltered. I mean, hell, go back and look at the last 2 days. You've had sitting United States senators today, Klobuchar and Harris. Whatever you have that you can bring to Roland Martin Unfiltered to support it, please do, because this information may literally save your life.
Watch Roland Martin Unfiltered daily at 6 p.m. Eastern on YouTube, Facebook, or Periscope, or go to RolandMartinUnfiltered.com. Support the Roland Martin Unfiltered Daily Digital Show by going to RolandMartinUnfiltered.com. Our goal is to get 20,000 of our fans contributing $50 each for the whole year. You can make this possible. RolandMartinUnfiltered.com.